Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who I learned the truth from and who rule well. Being salutations to the 144,000, the one-third, the large multitude, unto you I say shalom. So, today I wanted to get into a lesson about how we came into this truth to suffer. We're not in this truth to be comfortable. To make a life here in Babylon the Great, because ultimately this place is going to be destroyed, so we can't be comfortable here. We got to endure, the temptations, endure the hardships we have to go through on a daily basis, catching hell, infirmities, all these things that we have to go through to purges out of that old man, that leaven, and to make us more like Yahweh Shai. So the first scripture that I want to get is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach. And I'm going to start at verse 1, and it reads, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation." So when you come into this truth, ultimately you're going to be tempted. You're going to be tempted by those old vices, that they used to have in the world with, it could have been smoking, maybe, putting down certain foods that you have to, stop eating. You're going to be tempted with those things. But ultimately, now that we have this truth, we know how to maneuver around those things and ultimately, not fall into those temptations. So verse 2, "Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble." So that word heart, that's going into your mind, your la'ab. So, set your mind aright, and, you got to constantly endure, all the hardships, all the tribulations you have to go through on a day-to-day basis, ultimately to, make you a better man and be more like Yahweh Shai, strive for perfection. Ultimately, we can't, be perfect, with these defiled bodies, but we can strive to be perfect, because we're gonna have to prepare our minds, go through these things that we're suffering right now for the upcoming times, for Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation. So the next scripture that I want to get is the book of Job, chapter 38, and verse 3, and it reads, gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me." So you gotta prepare your mind for the temptation and hardships that you're gonna have to go through when you come into this truth. Because it's not an easy walk. Many have been called, but only a few are gonna be chosen. Even Job, who was an upright man, he had to go through these hardships, ultimately just to, go through those tests, so he could endure and, become a better man. Because Job didn't, sin or, curse out the Most High, but, he still had to endure those tribulations, those hardships he had to go through. So next scripture that I want to get is this is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, and verse 3, and it reads, "Now therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach." So we have to endure hardness. We have to, set our minds in that mindset of, we came into this truth to suffer. It's not going to be a easy walk, a comfortable walk. We're going to have to catch, hell, certain infirmities, lose jobs, lose family, friends in the world, women, but ultimately, that's all to refine you, That's ultimate to refine you, to make you, in the image of Yahweh Shai. So next scripture that I want to get is this is Revelation chapter 10 and verse 10. And it reads, "And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, but it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter." Yeah, so ultimately, when you come into this truth, knowing you're Israelite, you're the chosen, chosen line, the chosen people. You become, excited. You're happy. But as you progress in this truth, you go through certain hardships. Catch hell, start losing family members. Start losing, people that you know in the world. Lose jobs, cars, money. It becomes bitter because now you know that, you came into this truth to suffer and not be comfortable. It's not going to be a easy walk, as in the book of Second Esdras, chapter 7, it's a straight and narrow path, to make it to the kingdom, get that deliverance, those, that joint rulership with Yahweh Shai. It's not going to be an easy walk. So I'm going to get this next scripture. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 16. And it reads, "For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief." So yeah, you're going to constantly, come short of the glory, go off in certain things, but ultimately, those shortcomings, they're meant to make you more refined, more, like in the image of Yahweh Shai. They're meant to make you more in the image of Yahweh Shai. So you're going to constantly, come short, fall. Ultimately, you got to get back up. You got to rise it up again. So I'm going to get this next scripture. Oh man, that freezing up. Salakia, the app is freezing up. Satan, and it never does that. Khan. This is James chapter 1 And verse 12, and it reads, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, promised to them that love him. So ultimately, you're going to receive that crown of life, if you're going to endure to the end, enduring all those hardships, all the trials and tribulations, all the hell you got to catch, all the infirmities you have to bear. But ultimately, if you, endure till the end, you're going to receive that crown of life. So I'm going to get this last scripture and close it out. This is Mark chapter 13, verse 13, and it reads, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So yeah, ultimately, a lot of people are going to come against you in this truth, but those are things you're going to have to endure. You're not going to be liked in the world, because ultimately we're not of this world, As Yahweh Shai said, I'm from above, you're from below. And ultimately that's why these people don't like us, they don't like the hopeful elect. They have a side eye. They give you that side look, but ultimately these are all the the hardships and temptations we have to endure, to receive that crown of life. But that's pretty much it for this lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, who I learned the truth from and who rule well. Peace and salutations to the 144,000 and the 1/3, the large multitude unto you I say shalom.